Entrepreneurial initiatives crips the growth of any country. Young minds innovating to come up with meaningful interventions, that is the basis of any business venture. And Karnataka is happy to be the place where startups are finding the right kind of environment to embark on the path to growth. The startup stories of Karnataka will showcase the remarkable journeys of startups across the state who are paving the way for sustainable innovations and economic growth. Our unwavering commitment to nurture Karnataka's vibrant startup ecosystem remains steadfast. Wishing all these startups who are our future business leaders the very best on their journey to success.
This is Dr. Amitabh Saran. I'm the founder CEO of Altigreen Propulsion Labs. We are an EV company based in Bangalore, Karnataka. We have presence across the country through a dealership network. We have a large authorized service network also that is spread across the country. We have multiple offices in India. Of course, we are headquartered out of Bangalore. We are a total workforce of about 600 odd people. Our manufacturing is based out of Bangalore also, and that is where we hire about 400 odd people in our manufacturing unit also. So Altigreen, my friends, I founded back in 2013. You'll be surprised to know that 2.6 million people lose their lives every year in India alone because of poor air quality. 25% of that is attributed to road transport, which means that 5 to 6 lakh people die every year in India, your country in India, because of road transport related pollution. 40 crore people access a three-wheeler every day in India between passenger and cargo. If you want to make a change, where would you be? Hence, a company gets started because we said we need to change this. We need to change the way in which transportation is happening on the ground. It has to be carbon free, and hence the start of building electric vehicles in India. It's always extremely difficult to do something in the automobile space because this is safety related. The first thing we noticed was a lot of these components used in electric vehicles were imports. Imports from our neighboring countries, unfortunately, but that was a fact. They were flimsy, they were constantly breaking down. You know who I'm talking about. So the first thing we did was say that if we needed to replace fossil fuel, the vehicles we built have to be at least as good as the fossil fuel vehicles, the petrol, diesel, LPG, CNG vehicles. For that, it is important to build those components in India. Components not meant for nice traffic, smooth traffic, good roads and all that. I love my country, by the way. I'm not trying to belittle the country, but India has dust, potholes, pebbles, overloading, unprofessional driving, water logging. First, build components to ensure that they can last in all these abuse cases. It was not easy. Finding talent for that. Where should we headquarter ourselves, right? So a lot of those kinds of things, a huge challenge in trying to find those things out. Number two, what are the regulations? Are the regulations also already defined, or are the regulations being created? Trying to move towards that. What else is required to set it up? Are people willing to invest and finance a startup? We traveled from, I think, Ambala to Coimbatore, looking for the right kind of infrastructure and the place where we would find talent, a good ecosystem of vendor partners, suppliers, people who are willing to work in small quantities with us. It was Bangalore, and hence we headquartered Altigreen from day one in Bangalore. We started by building three-wheelers. Of course, before that, we had done hybrids, we had done drivetrains. So we built all the components ourselves. That is the number one, I would say, and a very important differentiator for the company. Altigreen is likely the only company in India that manufactures all the electric vehicle components ourselves. Design, develop, fabrication and manufacture. Everything that is remotely electric in an electric vehicle has been designed, developed, fabricated and manufactured by us, and we own IPs on it. Huge accomplishment. We have built cargo vehicles that are ensuring that you are getting more range than what you are driving in a diesel vehicle per charge. Today, we have over 5,000 vehicles on the road. Our vehicles have done more than 60 million kilometers. They are sold across India. We have large-scale manufacturing in Karnataka. We are one of the few EV companies, or perhaps one of the few companies, that is headquartered in Karnataka and manufactures also in Karnataka by hiring people in our workforce in the factories, all based out of Karnataka. So we are very confident in all of these. One very important fact, over 5,000 tons of CO2 has been saved. That's a huge milestone that we've been able to achieve, because 5,000 tons is a lot of carbon dioxide saved. So these are some of the milestones that we had. We are very, very proud. Obviously, an amazing team has been able to do it. I am blessed to have an excellent team in place who is actually driving all this. We have 32 global patents that are already granted. So we are obviously doing a fundamental job in innovation in anything that is remotely electric. I strongly believe, and I have been unequivocal in saying this to everyone, that the differentiator for electric vehicles is going to be software. Things that are mechanical will remain there, of course, but software is going to drive the efficiency, performance, range, drivability of the vehicle when you are in the vehicle. Electric vehicles generate a lot of data. All this data goes to the cloud. From the cloud, there is a lot of analytics that runs behind. You are in a position to predict failures. It is no longer about an unlimited supply of diesel petrol. It is about a limited energy that I have, and I want to use the maximum use of it. And that's why all the innovations built to improve the efficiency of these vehicles also. So constant innovation is part of our DNA. That's why we call ourselves an engineering first company. So things are changing very rapidly. User requirements are changing. You need to hear that requirement and build a vehicle. In the EV space, customers are now asking for specific things. I want something with this load and this much range only. I don't want to pay extra for battery. Our job is to make sure that we give them a product that works for their needs. With our ear close to the ground, always looking for what kinds of things are being required and requested from the marketplace, building to those requirements and launching it. So there are new vehicles that are planned in the three-wheeler space. At a future point in time, we have also designed concept vehicles in the four-wheeler space. So innovation is key. We will continue to build on that. Our focus is on last mile transport now, but it will evolve to regional transport. A Bangalore, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, that kind, regional transport. I think those will become very, very important for future growth, and we want to make sure that electrification hits there. Karnataka has always been in the forefront of innovation engineering. I have to say that Karnataka was amongst the first, maybe the first one that came out with a published EV policy. So it has been part of the system to say that EVs have to be here and we need to help, provide and push for that, some of that. I think all the ecosystem of vendors, there have been large old vendors that have been in the motor space, that are making parts, gears, batteries, cells. A lot of that ecosystem already exists. There are very good industrial areas that are already part and very close to big cities. Investment ecosystem, it's very good here. Because a lot of the investors who are investors today were startup people, who were based out of Bangalore. They had companies which they exited. They made multiple times returns, and that they are now investing in the startup ecosystem in India. Very important. It really helps. So very good talent available, whether it is on the technician side, for our manufacturing infrastructure, the blue collar as we call them, or white collar engineers, sales people, marketing people, people who are willing to travel, and a lot of that. I think all of that is available in Karnataka. You should definitely try it out. The mindset of people is about innovation. They are willing to accept change. They want new things, they have desires. So it's a great place to come up with new products because they want to buy it and they also have the money to buy it. Karnataka, a great place. It has all the fundamental things in place. The government in its own step is ensuring that they are doing all the right things to promote not just the state, but newer things happening in the state. Overall, people very stable. They know what they have to do. They focus on what has to be done. A great investment destination. Lots of innovation happening on a continuous basis. I'll talk about EVs. There are lots of channels in which investments can happen in EVs. There are OEMs manufacturing vehicles, there's charging infrastructure, there's financing infrastructure. So a lot of areas with different expertise of investors that can come in and move their monies in over here. When it has everything over here, I feel that from an EV perspective, we are taking leadership position and we should We can be the dictators for the rest of the country. What happens in India?